A drunk driving crackdown bill called Laura's Law cleared the House this week. Convicted drunk drivers could face mandatory jail terms if their behavior triggers other factors like having previous DWIs, driving with a revoked license, or with a minor in the car. Maybe the wreck caused injuries to someone else. DWI court fees would increase under this bill. The Senate Judiciary II Committee holds the legislation. Representative Kelly Hastings is here to talk about Laura's Law. Someone is convicted of drunk driving. At that point, does the judge look at the situation and a minor's in the car with the drunk driver, or they caused a wreck that hurt someone? Are those factors that will guarantee a prison term under this law if they've had a previous drunk driving conviction?
Aggravating factors could include injury to another person, could include having a child under 16 in the car. And so primarily what the aggravated level 1 status does is it increases the penalties for habitual drunk drivers.
You're going to throw them in jail as well. There's a cost incurred on the state taxpayer for making drunk driving laws tougher. How do you get around paying for that? Because someone will certainly say the state can't afford to throw more people in jail.
The increased fees and penalties seem to be able to cover the extra cost that it would take to get these drunk drivers off the road.
I remember sessions past, they passed new drunk driving laws and said these were going to make these some of the most tough in the U.S. This is even tougher than that standard. How much give is left in drunk driving laws in North Carolina, in your opinion, as a lawmaker?
I thought about this from a constitutional standpoint. Would anybody perceive this as being cruel and unusual? And I satisfied myself in thinking that this is not cruel and unusual. We have a lot of victims out there. And I'm assuming that there's no such thing as a perfect bill, but I think we wanted to do something to try to keep habitual drunk drivers off the road.
Where does drunk driving laws go from here? Where do they go? Is this a good place to stop, or do you come back in another session and keep tightening it to get it where you think it needs to be?
Well, one thing I think we need to move forward on is that is the problem with having illegal aliens in the state who are involved in drunk driving scenarios.
Now, I didn't see this as a bill about illegal immigration. It was about drunk driving.
But you mentioned drunk driving. And what I'm saying is I saw a number of instances where illegal aliens were drinking and driving, involved in accidents, their fault, and they killed North Carolina citizens. So we're talking about, you asked me where we were going in the DWI arena, and I do think that is something that we need to look at. If I see in the future, or if the other sponsors see that we need tougher DWI penalties, I would certainly be on board with looking at that.
Thank you, Representative, for being on the show. We'll have you on again soon.
Thank you, sir.